Hey, first graders, welcome to class today in our school away from school. I want to talk some more about three-dimensional objects, shapes that are three-dimensional. We talked a little bit about that yesterday, and I drew you some pictures and I explained to you that a two-dimensional object only has length and width, but a three-dimensional object has length, width, and height. Thus, the three dimensions. In your math book, chapter 11 in lesson 1 on page 634, it has these objects defined for you. So let's talk about what they are. We have a sphere, and a sphere is just a round object. The earth is a sphere. A soccer ball is a sphere, a basketball. Those are all spheres. It's completely round on all sides. The next three-dimensional object is a cone. And a cone, you know what a cone is. If you put it on your head, it's a funny hat. If you put a scoop of ice cream in it, it's an ice cream cone. Then we have a cylinder. A cylinder is a round object, but it has flat ends. And finally, we have a rectangular prism here, which I opened up to show you how many sides are actually in it. And a prism's like a box. The last three-dimensional shape I want to talk to you about is a cube. Does anybody know what's special about a cube? Why it's different than a prism? A rectangle? Yeah, you're right. In a cube, all the sides are the same length. So every side, top, bottom, and ends, length, width, and height, they're all exactly the same length, width, and height. You'll notice that a sphere, a cone, and a cylinder, they have curved surfaces. The rectangle and the cube, they don't have any curved surfaces. They're all flat. They're much easier to measure. It'd be a lot easier to measure this cube than it would be to measure a cone or a sphere. Or even the tube for that matter, because they have curved surfaces as one of its dimensions, and that we refer to the distance around a curved surface as its circumference. The distance to go around something, the circumference of it. And that gets a little more complicated when it comes to figuring out things like area and volume, specifically volume. But anyhow, if you take a rectangle, just an ordinary cardboard box, it can be any box that's around your house. It could be a box that came with something in the mail, or even a cereal box, or a box that anything comes in. If you took that box and opened it up and laid it out flat on the floor, it would have altogether 6 sides. It would have the top, the 2 sides, the 2 ends, and the bottom. And when it's laid out flat on the floor like that, guess what? It's no longer three-dimensional. It's just two-dimensional. It doesn't have the depth. But when you put it all back together and it forms the box, and you can put something inside that, it has volume inside of it. That's three-dimensional. Now, you go ahead and take a look at chapter 11 on 637 and 638. You have a little bit of homework there. So go ahead and practice it. Take a look at the different shapes. It gives you some examples of everyday common things that we see all the time that have these three-dimensional shapes. So look around your house. Look in the kitchen. Look in your toy box. See how many of these different shapes that surround you every day. That's our lesson for today, kids. You stay safe, stay out of trouble, do something kind for somebody, be nice to your parents. We'll see you again. Have a good day.